The national parks in Canada are really a gift to the world. It's, again, I mean, all you have to do is travel the world to see how special these parks are. I have a friend who worked for years at the IUCN, the World Conservation Union, and his job was to advise countries who had applications within those countries to have mountain parks. His specialty was mountains, so he was only concerned with mountain parks. And also people or organizations that were, or areas that were applying for World Heritage status. And he told me many stories about wonderful places. I mean, again, I'm using Italy as an example. I think there was no other place I'd ever been, but I can't remember how many applications they had from different parts of Italy. And you know, Italy is a very mountainous country. And when he would go in with his team to analyze, you know, there are certain levels of wildness, you know, non-intrusive, you know, logging or whatever the industries might be, that they would have to meet before they could be considered to be a national park or a World Heritage Site. And they just couldn't find one in Italy. They just kept turning them down because despite the fact that there were beautiful mountain places, they were ravaged for one reason or another. And I, you know, he is a Canadian, and I suspect that, you know, the bar that he was referring to was the bar that was set here. Now, in terms of the, you know, the responsibility, you know, for the future of parks, and not just parks but protected areas, I actually think it's our responsibility. And now that may sound a little silly, but we have a lot of power as voters. You know, we can speak with our votes. I mean, we can speak in all kinds of ways. I mean, we can write letters and we can do all that kind of stuff, but ultimately we can speak with our votes. And governments, whether they're at, you know, regional levels or provincial or federal, have to listen to voters. And you know, I think Canadians are, I think they're somewhat aware of what we have in terms of parks, but at the same time, I think we can take it for granted. And it can disappear. I mean, it's not a given. Just because it's a park, it doesn't mean that it's going to remain really protected. I mean, parks rules and plans change all the time too. And having been married to a park warden for the last 33 years, I do know that those decisions are influenced by the public. And in fact, they're incredibly influenced by the public. So I think we do have a huge responsibility, but the beautiful thing about that is I think there are ways for us to actually make our thoughts and our you know, our reasoning known, and sort of make a difference.